Hello and welcome back to my PPR Tier 3 League Racing series. If you have missed any of the previous episodes, go check them out in the top right hand corner of your screens before you avoid any spoilers. But now I've given you the chance, let's get into what has happened so far this season. So 8 rounds gone, we're currently sitting P4 in the championship, about 35 points off of the championship leaders. So we're still in the hunt, but it is quite a mammoth task to get back in the fight for the championship. Constructors wise though, we are looking good, only 11 points behind Williams in the constructors, but they do have 2 very good drivers. But I suppose myself and Marken, we've been doing a good job. 1-2 last time out in Imola. We'll be looking for something similar here today for the Portuguese Grand Prix. But here we go. Let's have a look at our fastest lap in qualifying on the soft tyres at the Portimão Grand Prix. Heading down towards turn 1, braking between the 150 metre boards, cutting through turn 1 and 2, really close to the apex, hard on the brakes into turn 3, really hug the apex of this corner. Now get the car right and then over to the left. Don't go full throttle through here as you will lose the back end. DRS open, heading down in towards the hairpin now, braking just off the 100 metre board, getting it down to 3rd, then 2nd, then back up into 3rd and into 4th very quickly, short shifting to allow that settled rear end. Through the left and then fast through this right, little bit of brake, maybe we could have just done with an off throttle, but this is a really tricky corner. Imagine my least favourite corner on the whole entire game. Well, it's up there with my least favourite corner in the whole entire game. It's really tricky through there. The car's unsettled and it absolutely hates it. So through the right-hander now and then back through the left and then keep the car over to the right to get it back over to the left for the apex of this corner. And then just one proper corner left to go. And this one is very important because it's a long straight that follows it. We actually run it quite wide. We could have tucked over a little bit more on the right-hand side. DM Guy, thank you very much. Getting right out of the way on this qualifying lap. Hugging the right-hand side of that corner. Esports line all the way to the start-finish line. It's a 1:17.3. 4 tenths off of Jim Wong's time, who was only in P6 there. And we actually dropped down into P12. So not a good lap from us. Again, something we do need to work on over the rest of the season and also going into next season. Probably more so going into next season. This season is all about getting the results, trying to work on our race pace and being consistent. And next season we'll be trying to go quicker. But P12, it gives us a free choice of strategy in the race. And we've got Dark, who's going to be starting right to the back. He actually has a quali ban, which means that he can set up for the race, as we're going to go for soft tyres to start us off with 33.9 laps of fuel. This track is very difficult on fuel and on tyres and on ERS because it just burns a lot of them. But here we go, 5 red lights for the Portuguese Grand Prix. And it is lights out and away we go. And it's a great start compared to Sandy Baggy on the hard tyres and also on 256. We go right around the outside of him. We've got Smowley ahead of us. We go wide on the corner just to give 256 as much room as possible, but it looks like he's still spun and wanted more. Alex Budd having a little look up the inside of us now. Weasel Albon just ahead of us as Marken and Weasel Albon coming together. And Marken is round my teammate. That is not what we needed for the championship battle in the constructors. But nonetheless, we're going to be flying the flag now for the Red Bull team as he has actually retired from the Grand Prix. We move up into P8 there. Not too sure how that happened. I don't know whether someone went wide or something. But we've moved up into P8 now in this Grand Prix. And Alex Budd up into the points. So good news there for Alex, up into the points as we are following here with Smowley just ahead, and it's a virtual safety car that has been deployed. That's going to help out a few of the guys who have just pitted for damage, but they would have ideally liked a full-blown safety car. It's okay for us though because we're in a good position. A full safety car is not really going to change too much at the moment as the safety car is ending and we're a little bit low on the delta, but not as bad as Davey Lee, who's been absolutely mugged off by Smowley. Driver TMP goes for a swim there. I was going to say swim. He's gone for a spin instead, and that puts me up into P7 now for this Portuguese Grand Prix. Not too sure what is going on with the timing screens. We were 8th and 7th, then it keeps switching about, but Alex Budd having a little look up the inside into the hairpin, but that wider line just gives you better traction off the corner, and we are able to hold on to it against Alex Budd. Now through the right-hander, Alex again having a look up the inside, and with that ERS and that greater speed that he's got, we just let him have it because there's no need to sort of fight it at this stage of the race. It's a long race left to go. We want to score points. We're in P9 still, and Dark is just so quick at this stage that I didn't really want to hold him up either and get involved in battles and maybe lose people in front because penalties are quite easy to get around here. It's very easy to run wide and pick up a triple warning especially around here, as Alex Budd now settling behind Dark, and I don't think he's going to be able to fight back on that one. But if we can follow Alex, maybe go for the overtake, maybe have a nice little battle as he gets caught out there by that treacherous corner. It is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. And we move up into P8. Alex Budd in P9 behind us at the moment. We've got Davey Lee, one of my championship rivals, actually 2 places behind me. Smowley goes for a spin. And we're back up into P7. That's why we don't fight with people who are too quick than us, because it allows us to gain on those positions when drivers make a mistake. We're on P. We're on lap 13 now. TJD coming into the pits there, and we're now going to come into the pits as well. So make sure we don't speed into the pit lane, which we don't. Into the box from P6. We are going to lose a few positions because TJD obviously did pit before us, and we're going to lose out. And we forgot to change our tyres. We were supposed to select the medium tyres on the car, and we've accidentally left it, and we've selected hard tyres. You can see by my face there, I'm not happy. I've realised I've made a mistake, and it's going to cost us because the medium to hard delta time is quite significant. So we are going to be slower in this race. I mean, we didn't necessarily have the pace at this Portuguese Grand Prix as it was. So to now be on a worse tyre is going to be even more difficult. As Dark Chocolate coming into the pit, so is Smowley. We're going to get ahead of Smowley as well. So back up into the points for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Rickett Head does have a 6-second time penalty, and he comes into the pits now. So he is yet to pit. So that's going to move us up into P9, which is good news. Weasel Albon also into the pit lane, moves up into P8. Davey Lee, Weasel Albon, 2 drivers who are quicker than us, probably going to overtake us. If they do get past us, we should hopefully still be in the points. Davey Lee going for the overtake, maybe down in towards turn 1. Are we going to fight him? He is a championship contender, but at the end of the day, just has so much better grip. As we have a little look up the inside here, Davey Lee squeezing us over the curb there. He did leave us enough room, but we wanted to take more, and it just wasn't there. So Davey Lee, good overtake from him up into P8, and he has to capitalise on that because we do have a slow pace at the moment. Smowley now in P10, hunting us down on those medium tyres. Just look at how much time we're losing. Davey Lee 4 seconds up the road here on lap 20. Smowley going for the dive up into turn 3. We're going to get the inside line for turn 4. Again, don't really want to fight these guys too much, but we don't really have a choice because Smowley can't commit to the move, and now he's going to get the job done, and we're going to allow him to have that. A little bit early on the brakes, but we didn't want to fight him, and we want to hold on to P10 because Weasel Albon is coming. Sandy Baggy, though, yet to pit in this race. He started on the hard tyres, so he's going to drop behind us. That's going to move us back up into P9. And now Weasel Albon going for the overtake, and it's going to be a very, very simple one for him. He's using the DRS, gets the job done before he gets into turn 2, and a good move there from Weasel Albon. Now Smowley into the pit lane. In 9th position. That's going to move me up into P9. Maybe, just maybe, Alex Budd is still going to get points in this race. He was hunting me down with about 3 seconds between the two of us as we come through the final corner now. Alex Budd could only get within 1.5 seconds of me, and it's not going to be enough. So we're going to hold on for points. The point streak continues just about. The mistake nearly cost us, but that surely is going to be the championship over. I'm not too sure. It's going to be a long way still left to go, but looking at the race results, Alexander wins with Dark in second from last on the grid. Alexander shouldn't have been in this race. He was a reserve. So had he not been in this race, Dark would have won the Grand Prix. Jim Wong in 3rd, with TJD in 4th, DM Guy 5th. We've got myself in P9, and we've got Alex Budd in P10. David Lee, one of my championship rivals, 2 places ahead in P7. Looking at the Drivers' Championship after that, Jim Wong still leading the way, 131 points. We're now on 83, so not really any points gained there, and it's looking very much like the Drivers' Championship is over. We are still mathematically in the hunt, but we need some really good races over the last 3 rounds to get back into it, so you're just gonna have to wait and see for that one. And Constructors' Championship now 30 points off, but of course it's a lot easier to catch up. It's a bad day for Marken. We only had 1 driver in this race today, and I only scored 2 points, so come back at Britain. Hopefully we can both score some really decent points and get in the fight for the Constructors' Championship too. But that is going to do for today's Portuguese Grand Prix. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, of course, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.